Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun up.
What's Scott Street Just here, welcome back to my channel. We are back with another reaction to The Walking Dead. This is the final season, season 11, episode 15, Trust. And we are coming off quite possibly the best episode of the entire season so far. I absolutely love the last one because we got a lot of good stuff with Negan and Herschel. A lot of good stuff that I've been wanting to see for quite some time. And I feel like it was a lot of important scenes that basically had to happen at some point, so I'm glad that we actually got to see them. But then the B story of the entire episode with Daryl and Rosita with like the Far Cry video game plot, I also love that too, when sometimes those type of stories can be hit or miss for me. But I don't know, that one as a gamer just worked. But I don't know what to expect for this episode. I'm super excited for these remaining 2 episodes before the break, and yes, we are getting these remaining 2 episodes. I wasn't sure last week, so it looks like part C of the season is going to come back with their final 8 episodes of the entire series, which is just crazy. I can't believe the show is actually ending. But the one thing I keep on thinking about is the spin-off show that was announced with Negan and Maggie, because now that we've been introduced to Annie and his newborn child, or yet to be born child for Negan, I can't help but think something is going to happen to her. Otherwise, why would Negan just leave her and go on this adventure with Maggie, even if they find out that Rick is out there and with the CRM? So that leads me to believe the CRM is actually going to do something to Annie. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. It's just my brain, it's starting to sort of storm some things right now. The second that it was announced and I heard about the spinoff, and now that we've met her, I don't know. There's got to be something more. Otherwise, why would Negan just leave? But either way, if you guys are looking for my full reactions to the show, link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're already subscribed to the channel, now is a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in. Let's check it out. Let's go. Yo! Is that Carlson? Or what's left of him? They had a good meal there. CIA. Whew. They're marketing it like a crime scene. Some CSI shit.
They're looking for you on the road.
You're just gonna see Hornsby walk by with the glasses. Looks like we got ourselves a bloodbath.
You see my problem here. Let's just run through this one more time. Make sure I got it straight. Firefight broke out. Then the people here killed every last one of our trained, armed, and armored soldiers, but not you two. That's basically it, yeah.
It works, yeah.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense for a bunch of crazed, violent strangers to just keep the 2 of you alive.
Are you calling us liars?
Your guy lost control of the situation. We barely survived. Okay, fair enough. I'm not trying to ruffle any feathers here. I just got a job to do.
The tension.
At the end of the day, we all want the same thing, right? Justice.
Street justice.
Those monsters on the loose. We need to smoke them out. We'll start with the hilltop. See
He's
if our
not
friends
backing
heard him.
down.
At the very least, they should know there's some very dangerous people who might be coming their way. Better suit up, soldier.
Alarm clocks, even in the apocalypse.
Good morning.
I was just saying I want to see more Princess.
We're pretty awesome at the sex thing. And I should know I've had a lot of sex in my life.
What?
You even need sleep? Because every time I roll over, you're just lying there staring at the ceiling.
Princess with the thickness.
You getting at something?
No, just making sure you're cool.
I'm fine.
That got awkward quick. Jeez, that alarm.
You're gonna be late for work.
Things started off so nice. How could they go so wrong? I've been there in that position before.
Apologies for the early morning invite. This discussion isn't quite ready for public broadcast. Rosita confided in me about a heroin experience she recently encountered on the job.
There are good people here. They need to know the truth.
Whatever this is, if the Miltons are involved, they'll keep it locked up. We need inside access to dig it out.
I might know someone.
Okay.
I was thinking about what you said before. How I reacted.
He's thankful.
You don't have to think.
I do. Can't imagine the lengths you went to make this happen. I've been busy.
Yeah?
Yeah. Took your words to heart about doing something extra with this time I've been given. I'd love to show you if you're free.
Well, shut the man down.
Well,
He's
no.
recovering from cancer. Fuck.
I just have some things that I need to figure out first. To fix.
Alright, that's fair. She's not there yet.
It's better that you don't even know about it. Okay? Just trust me.
I trust you more than anyone.
But
She's a difficult one, man. You'll get her back, though.
why don't you two take care of this? Are you serious? We have to save our ammunition. I was told you can handle
He
yourself.
wants to see them. in action. He doesn't know what they're capable of. I really don't trust him. He can just open fire on our guys. Ooh. I love the slow motion shots. Look at him, look on.
You saved your bullet.
Kick that at him.
I barely broke a sweat.
Nice.
The music, the
Come on,
build
keep
up.
moving.
It's a bad time.
Not the best day. But
Pills and alcohol.
Please come in. This is about a friend of mine. She's sick and can't afford the treatment. She needs a small procedure. If we can take care of it outside the system.
whoa, sort of procedure.
Like, this guy's getting screwed over by everyone. He's just trying to be a good guy, live a simple life in the Commonwealth.
I lost a patient this morning,
Yeah, I knew something was up.
and that was here.
You're the only one that can do this.
What are you doing here? We should be seen together.
Just a humble delivery boy.
I don't understand.
Yo, he's so heat bag.
For secret files?
Yes, and steal them.
This involves the Miltons?
More are missing. Your brother can corroborate.
Michael?
He was there too.
Sorry to interrupt.
Kill him.
Have a nice day.
You already know he's gonna say something. Alright, so this was the flash forward from before.
Good to see you again.
What do you want?
There are some killers on the loose. We lost a lot of men, so I'm hunting them down. So you wouldn't mind if we took a quick look around, right? Rule you all out. For the paperwork.
I gave you my answer.
Ooh, there you go. Stand your ground. Hold it down, Maggie.
I'll talk to her.
And why would you do that?
Because I don't want to shoot anybody here today. We go in, nobody gets hurt.
They didn't show any of this before.
Doesn't have to be this way.
That was the line. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. It does.
There it is. I don't think when they showed us this flash forward before, they showed us Aaron and Father Gabriel there. I gotta go back and look. I don't even really know what Ezekiel is up to right now.
We should move on in a minute.
Stealing medical supplies. Oh! No! Of course. And he dropped the bag too.
This new?
Started converting the engine, but it doesn't run.
Not a lot of cars running these days.
Got something you want to say? Would you just say?
He's good at what he does.
She sure is clean for a truck that just sits here. No wonder she won't work. The starter relay's disconnected. I'll just go ahead and hook that back up for you.
Let's start her up. Let's go for a spin.
You and your people have till sundown. And you can be on your way.
Did he even make it out the door?
I can handle him from here. Thanks for the description.
How is she gonna get him out of this jam now?
Are we screwed? I know too well.
He is so scared.
Don't worry.
Are we screwed?
Not all trouble is bad trouble. Come see. We already pulled you out of work. What's a few more minutes?
It's for the animals. I was gonna say, who the fuck? I was like, who needs this?
Please tell me your friend is human.
That treatment area. Oh, he's helping some people
Wow.
off the books
You
too.
really have been busy.
I got a debt to repay.
Hey, you got a minute?
For you? I got two.
That's all he needs.
I wanted to apologize earlier.
I got a special sense for when somebody's not okay.
I killed 2 of my men,
Don't say it in the hallway.
and I covered it up.
Go inside first. What are you doing? Like, this is big for him. Revealing this, but still.
That's not how I came up. That's not how my parents raised me. Maybe this place needs something else. Maybe I'm part of the problem.
He really opened up there. She's just like, I'm here if you ever want to talk. Okay. Floodgates open.
Why don't we
Yeah, she's super
go
cute.
inside and we figure it out together?
In bed.
Hey,
No.
right? I'm Lance.
Did they tell him what to say?
Taking any exciting trips lately? The last thing I want, Herschel, is for something to happen here. Especially to your mom. I can't keep people safe.
Somebody grab Herschel.
I keep secrets. Is there anything you want to tell me?
Yeah, fuck off.
I should probably go get my mom.
Hey, hold on a second. I found this hat all the way back where the bad things happen. Be a shame for a nice hat like this to go to waste. Perfect fit. What are the odds?
Fuck.
I'm just glad I put his hands on her.
You said something bad was gonna happen.
Oh! I'm a nice guy, Maggie.
No, you're
I'll
not.
even let you back down.
Plenty others have made the mistake of threatening my family. Most of them are dead now.
Time to drop the guns before something really fucking bad happens.
You don't fuck with Herschel.
Everyone lower your weapons. That's an order.
Ooh, that was super intense.
Back up. We're leaving.
He already knows everything.
Sorry if there was any miscommunication. Shame we couldn't be friends.
Now back to Leah. I am hoping, I am praying we are done with her next episode. We're moving in on her. I feel like she knew they were coming though and has the upper hand. That might be the best thing Leah's ever done.
Come a long way to find you.
Kill him, Leah. And I will actually be a fan and I'll stop talking shit about your character.
More than a handful of trouble.
What's she gonna do? She came out of hiding.
My name is Lance Hornsby, and I'm here to offer you a job.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. That's where it ends. Still, I definitely don't want to see the preview. As much as I do want to see it, for the sake of the next reaction, I always try to avoid them. But yeah, this was an interesting episode for sure. I feel like there's three main things I definitely want to go over and that I have to go over for this recap. Let me just close this out here. But first, alright guys, that was The Walking Dead, final season, season 11, episode 15, Trust. And I feel like there was no trust this episode. There was a lot of trust broken. There's a lot of people asking for trust this episode. But for the most part, it was trust lost. So yeah, like I was saying, the three main things that I really need to go over for this recap is one, Mercer and Princess. I'm loving their relationship. Two, Ezekiel and basically what he's doing behind the scenes. And three is Hornsby and his investigation, which was pretty interesting because as soon as the episode started, it was almost like CSI. They had set up the crime scene, like the numbers, exactly what they would do at a real life crime scene with the police. Like every piece of evidence there, they put a number there next to it, but they didn't do the sunglasses. I was just waiting for Hornsby because I was joking too. I'm like, Hornsby's probably gonna come out like, looks like we got ourselves a bloodbath, and then put the glasses back on, but instead, he did appear, but we didn't see the glasses at all. So I was a little bit disappointed by that, but overall, I guess it would have been too cheesy. But at the same time, I kind of would have loved it. So yeah, Hornsby, as much as I like think he's like worthless and like kind of like a pussy, he's really not, because we've already seen that he can shoot. He has amazing accuracy, so he's good with weapons. You think he's just sending out soldiers to do his bidding when he can actually do this all himself. So it shows that he's actually clever and powerful as well, and actually knows how to be a man in his position and use that position to his advantage. So yeah, now we've seen that he's also pretty like intuitive when it comes to investigative abilities, because he was looking at stuff. Look at the hilltop, for instance, when he actually went there, showed up at the door, and we finally got that flash forward scene, which I wasn't sure when eventually that was going to come up. I'm glad that that came up before the hiatus, because next episode is the last episode before they take the break. I don't know how long the break is going to be. I'm assuming, I don't know, a couple months. Hopefully they don't make us wait till like October or something when the show would normally premiere with the new season, because that will really suck. But you know what? I think that's what they're actually going to do. I don't know if it's been confirmed anywhere yet. Definitely not on Wikipedia in front of me. So, fuck. We might have to wait till October for the final 8 episodes. If you guys know, let me know in the comments down below, just so give me peace of mind before we go into the next episode, letting me know when I can actually expect the show to return. But to my knowledge, I don't think the show has actually been announced for its official return just yet, when it's actually scheduled to take place. But yeah, let's go back to Hornsby, because he's really impressed me. Like, I don't know, he's one of those characters that they're doing such a great job at building him up as a villain. You really root against him, and the stuff that he's doing on screen makes you hate him even more. But the actor is doing a phenomenal job. I've never seen that actor in anything else. I think I saw somebody else's reaction. I think it was Nikki and Steven react. I've been watching them forever. If you guys are watching this, you know who they are. So yeah, definitely let me know if you guys are watching them as well, because I'm pretty sure they said in one of their reactions that he's from Ozark. or something like that. I've never seen him before. I've never seen that show, and I was actually thinking about using that or putting that show on a future poll once I wrap up with Game of Thrones, because yeah, there's only one more week of this and one more week of Peaky Blinders, and then yeah, I'm probably just gonna focus on Game of Thrones. Maybe do multiple episodes weekly until I wrap up that, and I'm almost done with season 7 of Game of Thrones as well. So we're getting pretty close to the end there. Pretty much by the end of April, I'm gonna be done all these shows, which is super crazy to me, and I'm definitely gonna have to do a new poll. But back to The Walking Dead, because Hornsby, like I was saying, he's just impressed me. Like, he's a power player. He's super manipulative. He can actually fight. I don't know about hand to hand, but he can actually shoot. So he's a dangerous player in this. And I was kind of joking, like, just kill him this episode. But obviously, I was not expecting him to go. I don't know if he's like the main villain now in the show. There's like there's a lot of shit going down, like so many different stories, so many different characters that are like kind of bumping into each other. Because let's look at all the potential villains that we actually have in the show right now. We got Sebastian. You know, eventually he's gonna be killed off. Pamela's son. He's just such a dick, and you know he's one of those characters that they're building him up also, much like Hornsby, but in a different way. He's just the pure dick that they're building up right now, just to make his death even more sweet. I don't want to say the comics what eventually happens to him. I don't know if that's the route they're gonna go, and if they do that, I think some people might actually be disappointed because, yeah, as someone that's really looking forward to his death, I get it. If they do go the comic route, I always respect it. When this show decides to go the comic route, for the most part, I feel like it's to the best of the show's ability to actually do that. But for some reason, they kind of go off track sometimes, and I feel like it would have been better if they just stick with the comic route. But also, there's been a few instances where they kind of go off course from the comic where they've actually impressed me. So I don't know. If they go the comic route, I wouldn't be surprised if people are actually upset, or let's just say disappointed, when it comes to Sebastian's ultimate fate. For me, I would kind of get it, but I definitely want to see him get a brutal death. So we shall see. But yeah, he's been built up so well, much like Hornsby. I expect, if I'm being honest, I expect Sebastian to get his comic fate, and I'm thinking we're gonna get a brutal death when it comes to Hornsby. I could be wrong about that. We shall see. That's my official prediction. I'm putting it out there right here, right now. But yeah, like I said, we shall see. I have no freaking idea. Honestly, no one does right now. So who freaking knows? But the next thing I definitely want to talk about, because yeah, there's some intense stuff there with Hornsby. I don't want to just focus this recap on him, but yeah, going back to the one scene I kind of forgot to discuss, where he was going to start the car, and he apparently knows everything about the cars as well, because he called himself like a grease monkey or something. Like, he popped the hood. He's like, oh, this is what you had. This is what is wrong with it. I know nothing about cars. So immediately, me looking at the hood, you might as well be showing me like a manual in another language, because I just wouldn't get it. But he was so confident that he had it figured out, because he put the starter or whatever, connected it back together, the starter whatsoever, whatever you want to call it. That just shows how much of a car guy I am not. Like, when it comes to cars, I'm just like, oh, that one's pretty blue. Like, that's the most knowledge I have when it comes to cars, but the color. But yeah, going back to that scene, because he goes in, he goes to start it up, and then he's so confident too. Like, he's grilling Maggie, he's grilling Daryl. And I don't know why, the music was building up too. They're making it super intense, and I thought it was actually going to start up, but maybe that's the whole reason why they built it up so much, and then it just didn't start. He almost looked pissed off from that, because he was so confident in that. And when he goes to start it up, it never starts. And then, yeah, he was super disappointed, pissed off. And then the look he gives them afterwards, he kept on trying to start it. They're like, you done here? So that just kind of set him off. And then the last thing I do want to talk about when it comes to Hornsby, before I touch on those other two things, is him going up to Herschel. I didn't even think about him possibly doing that, but I should have, because that's exactly the type of thing that Hornsby would do. He goes right up to Herschel and starts grilling him, like, oh, you go on any exciting adventures lately? What about your mom? I thought Herschel was going to say something he really shouldn't have, but man, props to Herschel too. That kid is tough. He held it together, didn't say anything, but then Hornsby had something else up his sleeve, pulled out his hat, put it on his head. He's like, oh, perfect fit, like Cinderella over here. And then that's when Elijah came up out of nowhere, freaking threw him up against the wall, like, yo, you don't touch that kid. And that's when started all the commotion with everything. That scene there was super intense also. That was a great scene. That might have been one of the best scenes of the episode. But yeah, it's just seeing Maggie, like, what did he say to you? And then Herschel's like, yo, he threatened me, like, straight up. Thank God Herschel didn't reveal anything, but I feel like just putting the hat on Herschel's head revealed everything. And then we saw Hornsby go up to Maggie afterwards, and he's like, yeah, it's a shame we couldn't be friends. So basically he's saying, like, we're going to war soon. Like, I know he didn't actually let it be known what he knows, but just by him saying that, I think Maggie now knows, like, yeah, any form of like civil relationship that they had previously, it is over, it is done with. But that's the last thing I really want to talk about with that. I wouldn't expect, or I wouldn't be surprised if a war starts to pop off next episode, or they arrive at the very end of the next episode and they make us wait for the final episodes to return. But I feel like the war, it's going to look like it's going to finally pop off next episode. That's another prediction I'm putting out there. But yeah, I don't know what to expect for the finale, the part B finale, I guess you could call it. I'm super excited for it because they've really been building up the last couple of episodes. I feel like part B kind of started off a little bit slow, like the first few episodes of it. But ever since, what was his name, Carlson was introduced, I think it was 2 episodes back, yeah, they've kind of been on one hell of a roll, and they've really been picking things up. The tension's been building. I'm excited for what's to come for the remainder of the season, for the next episode especially. Like, where are they going to leave us? You know there's going to be a cliffhanger. What kind of cliffhanger are they actually going to leave us on? But yeah, we'll have to see the next episode. That's the last thing I did want to touch on when it comes to Hornsby. But yeah, Princess and Mercer, it was pretty big of Mercer to actually reveal a lot and really open up. We barely know his character, I feel like. I wish we would have gotten to know his character like seasons past, because it sucks. We're only going to get to see him this final season, because I am really liking his character, and I already love Princess's character, and she was introduced late as well. But seeing those two together, I just wanted to say I'm actually behind it. I love Princess. If anybody's going to snatch her away from me, I'm okay with it being Mercer. But yeah, she's definitely she's got some booty on her. Seeing her in bed, that scene there, that was pretty good. I was happy about that. But then seeing him actually open up to her, all jokes aside, you could tell that that was big of his character. It was just great to see. So I'm definitely rooting for them moving forward. Hopefully nothing happens to either of them, because now that I'm definitely like on board for their relationship and on board with both characters moving forward, you just know the show is going to take something away from me, because it's almost like too happy right now. But I don't know. The way that I look at these shows, especially at watching Game of Thrones now, maybe it's just that I have like a grim outlook. I just always expect something bad to happen, especially when they give us something good like this episode with Mercer opening up for her, or opening up to her. It's almost inevitable that something bad is going to happen now. But what was the other thing I did want to touch on? So it was Mercer and Princess, Hornsby, and then there was one other thing too. Fuck, I'm forgetting it. But yeah, the last thing I did want to bring up was Ezekiel and his side project that he had going on. They kind of threw me for a couple loops there with... I kind of feel bad for Miko's brother also, because they keep on like getting him into trouble. Like, this guy does not deserve it. He's just trying to live a simple life in the Commonwealth. Like, he was hiding the fact that he was even a doctor. Boom, that gets revealed because of his sister. Busted. Now he's forced to be a doctor, which is kind of a good thing, because he should be using that to help people. If he has the ability to help people, I know it's stressful. He wanted a simpler life, but he should be doing that. And now he's doing this. Now he almost got fired or freaking thrown in prison while he's doing that because of Ezekiel. And he wasn't even telling him what the actual project was, but I guess it did have to be kept under wraps. So if they were busted, nobody actually said anything. He was kind of keeping it safe for everyone, but they got busted, and what a terrible heist. The second they walk out the door, boom, busted. Thankfully, Carol saved Ezekiel's ass yet again, got him out of that, and then we see what it was actually for. They still got to keep the medicine and everything they stole after they got busted, which is kind of cool. Whatever. We'll just roll with it. So they take us to the vet. I'm like, oh shit, he's opening up his own vet clinic. Why did he have to keep that under wraps though? To save an animal? Like, did they not want him to use medicine for that? Did they not think the animals are worth it? So it's like, oh, okay, cool. He's actually, that makes sense. He used to be a zookeeper. Here he is as a vet, helping the animals. And then no, they go behind the curtain, and he's actually running his own like mini hospital, like clinic behind the scenes there. So it's super cool that now basically he used the fact that his life was saved when he felt that it wasn't deserving of being saved to help save other people's lives. I'm so glad that I remembered to bring that up before we wrap things up here, because I feel like that was such a good point, such a big point for the episode. It had such a big emphasis this episode too, like a large chunk of screen time. How did I almost forget that? But yeah, that's the last thing I had to get out there. Last thing I really wanted to say for this recap. I definitely enjoyed this episode. It wasn't, I don't think I liked it as much as the last one. The last one was pretty hard to top, but this episode too, I almost forgot to bring up. We saw at the very start of this episode where we left off with the last one. with Carlson being ripped up in his entire face, the crime scene. I did bring up the crime scene. I just forgot to bring up Carlson's face, or what's left of it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I can't freaking wait for the next one. As always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys can like and subscribe, it really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit. Well, I am not the one to be yo-yoing with